Morning, here are your headlines at 6 o'clock. Days of fresh rail strikes get underway, culminating with industrial action that will affect this weekend's Epsom Derby and the FA Cup final.
South Korea on high alert after North Korea tries but fails to launch its first ever spy satellite.
Good morning. The biggest investment in UK car manufacturing in 40 years seems to be edging closer. The boss of Jaguar Land Rover is expected to meet the Prime Minister this week to close a deal on a massive car battery plant in Somerset. I'll find out what it all means.
In sport this morning, whose name will be on that plane as the England Women's World Cup squad's announced, with under 50 days to go until the start of the tournament.
Hello, we are celebrating 75 years of NHS charities through the portraits of the people who have benefited from those charities, all captured by the celebrity photographer ranking.
A deadline for the government to hand over former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson's unredacted WhatsApp messages, diaries and notebooks to the COVID investigation has been extended. The Cabinet Office now has until Thursday to pass the material on or face criminal prosecution. The government is arguing that some of the information isn't relevant to the inquiry. UK television presenter Philip Schofield has been dropped as the Prince's Trust ambassador after he admitted he had an affair with a young male colleague while working on a morning show on ITV. He then lied to cover it up. The charity founded by the King said that it was no longer appropriate for it to work with the presenter. Hundreds gathered outside the Oxford Union to protest against the talk by the gender-critical academic Kathleen Stock. She believes people can't change their biological sex. The university's LGBTQ+ society wanted her appearance to be cancelled because they think her views are transphobic. However, the event went on.
This is 9-year-old Alfie, who hit 54.4 miles an hour at Elvington Airfield on his specially adapted 80cc bike.
He started on his 8th birthday, his first run at Elvington, to progress to what he has done now, yes.
Look at this morning's newspapers, shall we? We're going to lead with the Mirror this morning. They're reporting that ITV executives are going to face questions from MPs over what they knew about Philip Schofield's affair with a younger male colleague.
Feminist academic Professor Kathleen Stock is pictured on the front page of The Times this morning as she arrived for a talk at the Oxford Union last night. Professor Stock said she was very determined for that talk to go ahead, despite protests by trans rights activists outside.
The newspaper reports on warnings from tech experts about artificial intelligence. They say the technology could result in human extinction and worry it could be used to build weapons of mass destruction.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes,
and the most read article at the moment on the BBC News website is a story about a castle in Shetland that is on the market for £30,000. But read the small print.
Yeah.
Any potential buyer will also need a spare £12 million to do it up.
We'd have to club together for that one, wouldn't we?
Like a massive crowdfunding exercise.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Let's all do it.
I love this. This is in the paper today. It's called the 21 Mum Salute. This is a Navy medic, a medical assistant, Paisley Chambers-Smith, who met the King yesterday, receiving an honour among other Navy medics who were awarded the Royal Victorian Order medals for helping at the Queen's funeral. Now, you can spot Paisley here. This is Paisley. They don't do maternity uniforms, funnily enough.
So that's why she...
So that's why she could choose, and she wore a lovely blue dress.
I wonder whether she's pleased not to or a bit peeved.
I imagine she's just very happy.
On a hot day.
She's really done rather well, yeah.
I like this story in the Times this morning. There's a street in East Plumstead, which is in South London, which has been listed on an international booking website where you can book somewhere to stay.
Oh, that one.
And apparently, over the last few months, they've had endless people turning up to book in from all over the world, and yet this house is not really meant to be on the website.
Oh, so what?
So they've had tourists turning up from all over the world, And a man called Karin, who owns the house, he's had to turn them away. He's got fed up with turning them away. Well, this week, he thought, I can't turn these poor ladies from Argentina away. They've come all this way. They've got no money. So he let them stay anyway. So, yeah, this unofficial is now an official place to stay.
So he is now going to...
Well, no, he's now insisted that it's taken off because he doesn't want it to happen again. But, yeah, uninvited guests indeed.
Not good.
Through this morning's front pages then, and a Guardian leading with the government being accused of attempting a cover-up over text messages sent during the pandemic, which has now been given 2 extra days to hand over the COVID inquiry. The Mirror has also that story featuring there on their front pages, and pictures Boris Johnson there, as you can see, out for a jog with that headline there, running and hiding. Now, according to the Eye, scientists and technology experts have warned artificial intelligence could lead to the extinction of humanity. Scary stuff there. And that story is also on the front page of the Daily Mail there. AI could wipe out humanity. And the Times also making it the top story there, their headline, AI pioneer fear extinction. Now, Sun returns to the Philip Schofield saga with news that his former co-presenter Holly Willoughby will be back on This Morning next week. And the Express reports that civil servants intend to strike over the government's plans to deport migrants to Rwanda. The Metro says the story of a teacher who lost his job. This is after making a social media post aimed at 4 teenagers whom he claimed has threatened to harm his wife. And according to the Financial Times, the re-elected Turkish President Erdogan is being lobbied by Western nations to vote to admit Sweden to NATO. And the Star has a story of a well, which some people claim has been trained as, wait for it, a Russian spy. Spy who came in from the COD. No comment. And if you want to see any of those front pages again or read the story, scan the QR code on your screen.